In the small town of Rosewood, Kentucky, an unemployed man begins his journey into the unknown. He learns so fast. He thrives in outdoor conditions. He walks about all mumbo-jumbo. He packs a bag about as well as you could expect for a man of his condition. Poorly. He learned in his life never to be a gambling man, but do you think that will stop him? He eats his beans for strong bean bones. He is Beanboy Cannerson. His hair, luxurious. His beard, glorious. His style, distinguished. The prison was hot and dark. Power in the world was still running. This motivated Beanboy Cannerson for success. He searched the premises for new threads. He's a fashion man. Room by room, he smelled for the fresh scent of fancy cotton, prowling defeat. But all hope was not lost. A fashion room has been discovered. Beanboy began trying on all he could find. Hats, shirts, taking hats off, helmet, fancy pants. Beanboy has never been a policing boy, but today he's giving his best. However, this rootin' tootin' zombie shootin' sheriff needed a weapon upgrade. He put his nose back to work. Searching. Success. Promise has been found. A shotgun with no ammo for last resorts. An ammo strap that is yet to serve a purpose. A more relevant ammo strap, still without purpose. A magazine, without purpose. Beanboy Cannerson's luck was starting to rear its evil head. Was this all intended by the universe? Is it all part of a greater plan? Only time will tell. In search of an answer, a drink of water is had and a journey ensues. Heading northeast, Beanboy starts his search for a promising safe house location when he first encounters the riffraff outside. 1. 2 examples made why you shouldn't mess with Beanboy. 3. 4. All of this fighting has led Cannerson to sweat. The last thing he needs in this apocalypse is a fungal infection, so he did what he knew best. It was time to show his true self. Say hello to Beanboy Cannerson's bean butt. These tighty-whities had to keep on keeping on. He searches the cab in hopes of finding a key in the glove box. He finds something better. Carmina Burana by the Kentucky State Choir, by God. Maybe his luck is turning around. The blue van had similar prospects and turned us away empty-handed. Upset, Beanboy decided to preach his woes to the world. He found a congregation, a family. He spoke his word. To the choir, I am the chairman of Pantsless Anonymous. Inspired by his new role, he began to crave something to eat. All of his violent philanthropy had worked up an appetite. He turned his nose for fashion into a nose for sustenance, but only turned up with pens and paper. It was time. Continuing to the northeast, the search ensued. Jackpot! A Mama McFudgington has appeared. This day might just be turning around. Of course, it wasn't long before word got out about Mama McFudgingtons, and the local riffraff started to appear. Determined not to share his treasure, Beanboy got to work, disposing of the mean men. Oh no! Tragedy has struck! A wound! The wounded weep. Beanboy quickly disposes of the final contestant, rips up his shirt into bandages quickly and checks his injury. Is the worst to be expected? Lady Luck has granted us with a scratch. However, just because there's no bite does not mean that Beanboy isn't infected. We can't cry over spilled milk. That is, until we get into McFudgington's and eat the pie and drink the milk. Satiated, we continue the search for a reliable safe house. Startled upon leaving, Beanboy quickly serves his aggression. Compliments to the chef. Enraged from his previous encounter, a fight is picked with the closest thing available. two sad sacks on vacation in the middle of the road. A cheap motel is found down the street. Could this be the answer to Beanboy's dreams? The rooms lack the style Beanboy is accustomed to. He turns his nose in disgust. Some rooms, supporting previous tenants, smell of old cheese and mildew. Sorry. A rogue camper-top truck provides bandages for our inevitable future wounds and a tarp, perhaps for a makeshift shelter if a suitable location cannot be found. These treats did not come without risk, however, and Beanboy quickly found himself surrounded. Moving to the passenger seat and exiting the vehicle proved successful, but there were more than we thought. It was time to escape. Flee for the life we cling on to. Disaster. We've walked right into a street rave. Quickly, we check the door to see if there's an escape to be made. Inside, locked. Disaster 2.0. Escaping down a forest path, a life and death chase is inevitable. Deciding now was the best time to check his map, Beanboy did what he does best. Stupidity. Around the corner they came, hungry, thirsty for blood. Hopping the fence of a nearby cul-de-sac may provide the escape we so desperately need. After making sure the coast was clear, it was time to check the doors and windows for our potential sanctuary for the nighttime madness. Luckily, Lady Luck has given us a gift. In a nearby Nissan Altima, an M36 was found. This time, a gun with ammunition. The gun swiftly loaded, holster filled. Hungry, we begin breaking and entering for any morsel we can find. Starving, it looks like we've been prepared a steak dinner. After going to town on the carrots on the table, it was time to begin preparing the steak. Luckily, Beanboy was trained by a Michelin star chef. Oven on. Steak inserted. Bathroom filled with a pissed off zombie angry I ate their steak. After repainting the walls and floor, it was time to begin searching the house. Before the search could be finished, the steak was about to burn. Luckily, we got to it just in time. Upstairs, a bass guitar was found in the closet. This was going to be an excellent alternative for zombie smashing once this bat breaks. After another B&E, Beanboy did what he does second best. Stand pantsless in the living room, watching the television. A safe house contender has been found, obviously entirely due to the outside decor. The flamingo protector was quickly dispatched, and it was time to enter the homestead, but we weren't the only ones looking to come inside. A small amount of property damage and insurance claims later, the perpetrators were confronted swiftly with the bat of justice. And one came carrying gifts. Now capable of telling the time, it was important to focus on what really mattered. Fashion. Those heart boxers couldn't be laid to waste, and now Beanboy upped his class and sass. After quickly making sure the house was clear, it was apparent with the time of day that we would, indeed, be spending the night here. Beanboy started with the interior decorating magazine recommendation of the week and removed the curtains downstairs to secure the window upstairs from any peeping toms, trying to get a glimpse of his fancy heart undies. Upon reading himself a nighttime bed story, he decided it was best to remove the rotting corpses from the common area. However, cleanliness does not come without risks at this day and age, and we find ourselves quickly surrounded and unequipped. With the last body removed, it was time to prepare for rest. Windows closed, doors locked, bandages ignored and infected. It was finally time for bed. But as we woke, something was not right.